We're going to Africa.
Wafrica, as they say.
Africa.
If you're Waluigi.
Well, there's more than just werewolves out there. There's also...
Well, you can't just skim over like there's werewolves, but there's more than werewolves.
There's more
First of
than
all-
werewolves.
First of all, when I think Africa, I don't even think werewolves.
Yeah,
So
I know, and this is their werewolf, right?
Okay.
It's called the Boltungan. The Boltungan.
Is it? Okay, never mind. Keep going.
Bultungin. The Boltungan. And it is a shape-shifting hyena. Some people, some cultures, like in Ethiopia, they believe that it's a hyena that can transform into a human.
So sort of like a skinwalker.
Yeah, kind of. But
Oh, these look weird.
yeah, this one's kind of not super popular because there's not a whole lot of firsthand accounts of the Boltang.
Yeah.
The Boltungan, sorry. There's not a whole lot of first-hand accounts of the Boltungan. Like, there's no videos online that claim that they're recording it or nothing like that. They're also known as the were hyenas, but I like to call them the Boltungan better. It sounds better compared to were hyena. That sounds stupid.
Werina.
Werina. Where are you? I hate to laugh at. Anyway, so the folklore behind it is it's a creature which can shapeshift into a hyena. That's the majority of the folklore within West Africa, but in Ethiopia, it's a hyena that can shapeshift into a human. Kind of different, but the creature has origins across countless African cultures. It is also present in tales on the Arabian Peninsula also. Unlike werewolves and other saffrotage or whatever.
Suffering Thauerkath.
Therianthropes. Yeah, therianthropes, which are usually portrayed as being originally human. Some were hyena lore tells of how they can also be hyenas and disguised as humans. So a big tale of if it is a were hyena as a human, the majority of the cultures, the human side of things is usually a blacksmith that can transform into a hyena.
Yeah.
But more likely it's a witch doctor. But the witch doctor has multiple roles, and apparently one of those roles is a blacksmith.
Makes sense.
Right. But you can see their eyes. Their eyes have a little bit of a red tinge to them. They're hairier than the average man. And there was a third thing that I can't quite remember.
We got some of those around here.
But supposedly they can transform at will. Also, like they don't have to wait for a full moon to transform.
So they're better than ours.
Yeah, so they'll just transform every night, every other night, go on a rampage and kill folks and eat them. But they're also known to dig up graves, to dig up corpses.
Why?
That way they can eat. They'll just dig up dead bodies. So the nickname of them is also called the grave digger. I said it right both times. Don't be laughing at me.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
A lot of times too, they can call your name out at night. They'll call your name out to lure you outside of their house, outside of your house. And once you're outside of your house looking around saying who said that, then boom, you're dead. You're dead, son. So
Why is it always with the names and stuff? Like, that's like the number one horror scare movie, whatever you want to call it.
So it's like someone just calls out your name
Yeah. It's like, nope,
'Cause
not
it's
going out there.
because it's creepy. That's why.
Good luck with my real name.
So in
True. Vandy!
So in Angola and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, I hate saying that name
What?
of a country
Just saying
because
Congo.
it's such a long name.
Just say the Congo.
I know.
The
Whatever.
Congo.
The Congo. The Kimbundu and Bakongo peoples.
Back on go.
Bakongo peoples believe that were hyenas can exist as spirits of the dead or depictive of evil spirits. Those that exist as evil spirits are called kishi, or spirits with two faces. And one account of a kishi is that a were hyena-like being that first appears as an attractive man. Ooh.
It ain't me.
Which allows him to lure away unsuspecting women with his charm. Once alone, he turns around to reveal a hyena face on the back of his head and
Whoa.
devours the woman.
What?
Yeah, so I guess the guy's walking backwards the whole time, and then
Yeah, like you can't be. Don't be behind that guy who gives it away.
Yeah, just walk the
Why
other
ca-
way.
Why can't I stand behind you? You trust me.
So members of the Kore cult of the Bambara people in Mali become hyenas by imitating the animal's behavior through masks and role play. These are advocate.
He's turning into a werewolf.
A werewolf.
Werewolf.
So these are evocative, EVO,
Yeah, evocative.
evocative of hyenas' revealed habits and may also be used to evoke fear among the participants, leading them to avoid such habits and traits in their own lives. So in Ethiopia, it is traditionally believed that every blacksmith whose trade is hereditary is really a wizard or a witch with the power to change into a hyena.
So if your dad is just the blacksmith and you decide to do it too, all of a sudden you're a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harriet.
You're a wizard.
You're
Yeah.
a hyena.
I gotta go.
Pretty much. I mean, what a trope to be known as, huh? I mean, if you're the blacksmith of the town, boom, you're
Wizard.
automatically a wizard, and you're gonna get. It's like why even become a blacksmith at that point?
If
Then
everyone's gonna think you're a hyena.
yeah.
Well, maybe you want,
As soon as somebody dies in the town, they're gonna kill you because you're the hyena.
and now they have no blacksmith.
Well,
Or the-
another one always shows up.
Boltongan.
So why wouldn't they just start killing every blacksmith?
They
Well,
do.
It's like our
We're gonna wait till something bad happens, and then we got you.
it's like the Salem witch trials for us. I mean, we pretty much killed every woman over there. I say we, but I'm not no northerner.
I say we, but we all know it was just me.
Whoa.
I thought that.
So these blacksmiths were hyenas are believed to rob graves at midnight and are referred to as Bouda. I'm assuming that's how that's
Bouda.
pronounced. Bouda.
It's
Bouda.
Bouda.
That's stupid.
You're
Bouda.
stupid.
Whoa.
They are viewed with suspicious. They are viewed with suspicion. Yeah, by most countrymen. Belief in the Bouda is also present in Sudan and Tanzania, and as well as Morocco, where some Berbers regard them as a man or woman who nightly turns into a hyena and resumes human shape at dawn. Many Ethiopian Christians characterize Ethiopian Jews as being Bouda, accusing them of unearthing Christian corpses and consuming them. Wow. Okay.
That's a new one.
Yeah, that. I've never heard that before.
Now they're werewolves or hyenas too.
So the commonality of blacksmithing as a traditional profession for Jewish men in Ethiopia may be a reason for the connection between the two beliefs.
No, not again.
Cue the music. That's a stupid belief. Whatever. So it goes on into a bunch of other stuff. But I bring this up because I also sent Vandy a video about a week or two ago.
Oh, yeah.
Of a bird flying around in the sky in a African village. It doesn't say where, but it hits a power line and then it falls down. And as it falls, it shapeshifts back into a human.
This one looked really, really good.
Like
real.
I watched it many, many, many times, and
It's AI.
It could be.
it could be. It doesn't say when it was published or uploaded or anything like that. It doesn't have a
The
timestamp.
video wasn't all grainy. It actually looked decent.
It was from a cell phone it was like an iPhone 5 or something type quality. I don't know. I'll put it in the Discord actually and send it to you and see what you think about it, because I watched it, like I said, I watched it several times, but I have also heard from Ninjas and Butterflies that they have heard of people seeing medicine men shapeshift into certain animals. Like one that they described was a medicine man that was walking into the woods, that as he was walking, it shapeshifted into a snake, a big anaconda, and went into the rainforest or whatever it was, if it was in the Congo or whatever. But
Do you think that's real, though?
are you talking about the shape-shifting aspect of things?
I know that they have witch doctors and all that.
Post isn't available.
Really?
I'm watching it right now.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's a video, not a post.
Well, I've got missionary friends in Benin, and I almost messaged them to see if they had heard of any kind of shape-shifting rituals back then.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, over there. Not back then. Or not. But at the same time, I mean, their service is really spotty. They don't have the right phone number at the time, and they only post things on Instagram every so often. But I've heard of this before in several different accounts, and every time you hear of shape-shifting being real, it's usually in like Haiti or somewhere in Africa where they practice voodoo.
So, outside of the video, do you think shapeshifting is real?
I've thought about this, and I've thought about the biblical reasoning of why it would be real or how it could be real. And the only thing that I can think of is, number one, Aaron's staff. But that was a staff. That wasn't an actual person. Number two is that maybe, possibly, theoretically, maybe it could be a fallen angel. And I say that with high speculation because of whenever Lot was being evacuated by the city, God sent 3 angels as men.
Yeah.
And the entire town saw them, and the angels were very beautiful, and the men of the city wanted to know them, wanted to lay with them. And but they were physical beings at the time, these angels. So maybe, possibly, it could be a a spirit, a demon of some kind, because in a lot of areas in Africa, they practice voodoo and they practice witchcraft very strongly. So where there's that kind of atmosphere,
Yeah.
maybe they could physically manifest.
Well, I was just looking it up. The Bible does say that the devil does disguise himself as an angel of light.
Right.
So
That's why Paul says don't worship any angel
Yeah.
that comes before you.
So I don't know about shape shifting, but I guess in a sense shape shifting, but it's more of a disguise. They're not actually becoming the thing.
Yeah.
Um,
I say that with high speculation
yeah.
again, but with all of that being said, do I think it actually exists?
I do.
I'm still skeptical, and I'm probably about a 5% chance yes.
The only reason why I say I'm convinced that it's yes is because in the Bible it says that whatsoever a man puts his mind to do, he will be able to do it.
Yeah.
That being said, I know that you can probably make deals with the devil. It's a joke, but
Well, yeah, you hear about
you
musicians
can.
saying that all the time.
I think that you can for certain power, and we all know, the Antichrist is going to come back. He's going to be able to do some crazy things,
right. People are going to believe that he is Christ because he can
Yeah.
do miracles.
and
Doesn't it say that he will call fire down from heaven too?
Yeah, it does. And back when Moses shows up to Pharaoh, also in the Bible, he throws down his rod or Aaron's rod and it turns into a snake.
Yeah.
And they also did the same thing. The only difference was Aaron's rod or that snake ate theirs.
There's another story that comes to mind too of a Seminole, a Native American Seminole chief down in Florida. But this chief, he wasn't a Native American. He was a African that got brought over here through the slave trade, and he escaped and went down to the Seminole tribe down in Florida. Well, there's a folklore around him that whenever they were pushed in a corner by U.S. soldiers, because there's a thing called the Seminole Wars. I don't know if you know anything about that.
Yeah.
The U.S. military, they were trying to get the Seminoles to go to Oklahoma, get them out. And there was a group that said, no, we're not going to. Anyway, they were backed in the corner. Supposedly this chief that was from Africa said, okay, well, they're not going to do this. And they started to begin a ritual. He guided them in a ritual that they did over in Africa. And he said, I will turn into a crocodile or here an alligator. And they did a ritual, and he turned into a crocodile. And he roared. When he did a roar, and it caused all the alligators in the swamp to come to him. And then he slid into the water, and he was the king of the alligators at that point, basically.
Wow.
And the rumor is that he still walks the earth, and every now and then he'll transform back into a human and walk around, and then transform back into an alligator. That's the lore behind it. There's all kinds of lore around shapeshifters in Africa when it comes to that. So can they? I don't know.
I think so.
Maybe they would, just like what was King Nebuchadnezzar,
Yeah.
that God transformed him into like a beast, where his fingernails became long.
That's another one, yeah.
Some people think that he actually turned into a beast and others think that he just lost his mind.
He didn't. There actually is a disease that fits the description of what happened to him perfectly.
Really?
I forget the name of it, but it's like after I heard about this disease existing, I'm like, this is what happened.
Mm.
That's what I can't remember what it's called.
It's not rabies.
No, it's not rabies.
That makes sense. I mean, God uses natural things all the time for his miracles.
But okay, do you think the concept, like if they exist, if shapeshifting is real in these other places, do you believe in the concept of depending on the region and their beliefs, that's what different things happen?
Yes, because specifically Jesus could not do miracles where the belief was not at.
Yeah. Here's another thing that I've also been seeing videos of this week too, because you know how your algorithm.
Yeah.
So with my research of trying to find witch doctors and all that, shapeshifters, videos were coming up of, I don't know where it is in Africa. I don't know what tribe, but I was seeing videos on Instagram of where they would do a ritual. It's a big gathering. It looks like a festival or celebration of some kind. There's people all around in a circle, lots of people, hundreds of people, and there's a few men in the center. Well, they have a cone with a bunch of fibers around it, a bunch of plant fibers or something like that, or fabric.
Yeah.
That makes it look like
it's almost like a Christmas tree, but
a Christmas tree, yeah, a mop or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's multicolored, and it's got it's hollow inside. It's cone,
right.
and then they have a doll. They literally have a little doll that's made out of something, and they're chanting this stuff, and they're either drinking. It's either water or something else, alcohol, whatever, but it's in a plastic water bottle. And then they spit it on this little black doll. And then they put that over top of the doll. And you can clearly see inside of it, it's completely empty. There's nothing in there. They put it over top of the doll and they start shaking it. And they put their ear to it. And I don't know if they're saying something or chanting something, whatever. But then they start shaking it and they stop and wait. And then they shake it again and stop and wait. And when they wait, this whole cone starts shaking, and then it'll completely stand up and start dancing and walking around. And then to prove a point, they knock it off in the middle of it dancing, and it's a doll just standing right there. Pretty weird. So, they do witchcraft like that all the time in Africa. Like if you talk to missionaries or hear missionary stories, I mean, that's the main thing that they got to battle all the time is witchcraft. So they got to battle demonic entities, and it's wild over there in Africa when it comes to that. So shape-shifting, like I said, maybe I'm about 5% yes, but 5% is still a high percentage that it's real.
I'm going to listen to this in reverse and see what you really think.
Oh, no.
Go ahead, waste your time.
Because I don't think.
Yeah, because I don't think. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's my...
Do you think it could happen here?
Here in
Not here in our town, but like the U.S.
No, I don't.
Why?
Same reason why Gabriel fought the Prince of
Persia.
Because I mean, there's different entities, different beings, different angels, different demons that are over certain nations, and I don't think that there's a entity, a demon or angel, whatever, that would allow that to happen in the U.S. because we don't create that kind of atmosphere here.
Well, I mean,
broadly speaking, as a nation.
Let's say we did suddenly somehow
As if we just started doing witchcraft and voodoo and all that, sure. I mean, I don't see why not. If they can produce those kinds of results with that little doll, and we started doing it here, sure. I don't see why not. Not only that, but I mean,
We and realistically, I think the most common, witchcraft but thing in that ballpark that's pretty widely done across our country is the astrology garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, the palm reading, the astrology.
Because you think it's a lot of people who don't know, who just hear the funny stuff, think, oh, it's jokes, but no, people genuinely believe that.
yeah, people do,
Yeah.
and they believe in the tarot cards too.
They make actions based on what their sign says for
Yeah.
the day, and not just minor things, but like life altering.
There's also numerology, something like that,
Yeah.
where people base the big decisions in their lives on numbers,
There was
on days and dates and numbers and all that.
I heard a few years ago of a story. I can't verify that it's true, so I'll just say that it may not be true, but I think it is. That a woman didn't have a kid, if you know what I mean, because the due date had the kid having a sign that's not compatible with hers. And so she just went by herself, didn't tell her husband, and afterwards said, I couldn't because our signs wouldn't have been compatible.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
I believe it, man. People
Like that's how seriously it's taken. So
well, at the same time, I mean, that abortion, that action is
I was
so.
trying not to say it.
Oh well,
Oh, no, I was trying to say it's because of YouTube flagging things. It's not because I
No.
want to censor the topic, but
we only got 100 subscribers anyway.
yeah, but now we're gonna lose them all.
Oh no.
But anyway, that action it's so numbing in our nation. It's people are blind to it. People are numb to it. They don't really care anymore, and it's all about a me culture here in the
Yeah.
U.S. It's all about a consumption culture, what we can get out, what we can do, and millennials and Gen Z are very much like that.
We call them Zoomers.
Zoomers, yeah.
Zoom.
We're very much like that. I mean, it's a very me type of culture to a point. I think Gen Z's gotten better than millennials. y'all are terrible.
Nah,
But-
y'all are pretty bad.
Well, some people are, like every generation. But
No, millennials are ridiculously selfish.
What came before boomers?
well,
greatest.
it was Gen X, Boomers, silent or greatest. I
The-
think silent.
Silent, and then the greatest.
Yeah, whatever the greatest was, yeah, y'all had Hitler. No, you're not the greatest. Sorry.
No, it was the silent generation.
Or was
that had
it?
Hitler?
Was
yeah,
it?
the
Okay.
greatest generation was World War One.
Nah, y'all had World War One.
Or was right after World War One or whatever. It was like great.
No,
Yeah.
I think that the end goal is what the Western society has become, where it's all about me. Because at that point, you have a bunch of people who just don't believe in the spiritual, the good or the bad side of it, and that's been the devil's
Yeah.
thing the whole time, because he's literally telling. Well, let me preface this: the me type of society, you're just treating yourself as God.
Well, that's
And-
what Satanism
Yeah.
is. The religion of Satanism is worshiping yourself.
Well, yeah, exactly. And
Oh.
it's what did he do with Adam and Eve in the beginning? He said, "Yeah, you're going to be like him. You
Yeah.
just make it
You're
all
gonna,
about you."
You're going to have the knowledge of God,
Yeah, exactly.
because the knowledge of God is knowing what's right and wrong.
We
So-
got way off topic.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I mean, his where hyena, it I think the legends also it's all about the witchcraft or surrounding it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was trying to pivot towards, rather than just the cryptid itself, because the cryptid itself, it goes along with all the other shape shifting beings. I mean, sure, we might have like skinwalkers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Skinwalkers is the equivalent of shapeshifters in Africa for us. Oh, well, yeah.
Sure.
So I've got to take back what I said about I don't believe that it would be.
Here,
yeah, in the U.S. because the skinwalkers.
Well, there's other things out there that don't even necessarily aren't a quote unquote spiritual thing. Like recently, I just saw it on Instagram, but like one of the first people to come over and find chameleons changing, he thought they were little demons because
Makes sense.
because they were changing color.
What would
Right.
you have thought of an octopus then?
So what did he do? He started killing them.
Nice.
And they're just living their life.
And they can't escape
But,
either. They're
yeah.
just sitting there.
Yeah, they're slow.
That's
they're
what
just,
they get.
all
Yeah.
because this guy's like, it's a demon, kill it.
No, I've heard of stories of people that lived near the reservations down there in the
Yeah.
southeast or southwest. And a lot of those people truly believe that skinwalkers are real.
Yeah. For lack of a better term, I think that you can have areas here physically that are so saturated with spiritual, for lack of a better term, energy that you can have, it's easier to encounter things. I think that's why people
all
come to
depends.
churches more for different things, whether that's right, wrong, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think that's also why people like Paul and Jesus stressed it so heavily that you should have your own prayer life at home.
Yeah.
Like make yourself a place that God is used to coming into.